Happy New Year to you all, and welcome to one of my badly edited videos. So we've got a 30-minute session, basically a little bit of stretching, a little bit of flow, just to get you into the new year, just to wear off all the Christmas and New Year holidays. So we're going to start with a little bit of shaking, just to start freeing up the joints. So just give the shoulders and the arms really good shake, just loosen everything up. It's a shake. Okay, and into Wu Chi, which, if you've forgotten over the holiday, is feet hip width apart. Feet parallel, if that's comfortable for you. Nice and upright spine. Soft shoulders. Knees slightly soft, not sunk, but just slightly soft. Elbows, wrists, fingers, nice and soft. Chin parallel with the ground. Tongue just behind the upper teeth. Breathe in and out through the nose. I'm just going to do some twisting. So keep the hips facing forward and twisting from the base of the spine up into the skull and look over the shoulder. Okay, just really get a good twist up the spine. Massaging the internal organs. Hope you lose that extra inch you gained around the waist during Christmas. If you don't lose it, it'll tighten out, nothing else. Okay, there we go. And then just ease down and relax. So interlock the fingers, let's stretch up. Keeping the head between the arms, just lean over to the side and take a few breaths. Let's come back up to the middle and over the other side. Let's take a few breaths on that side. Back up to the middle, and let's make it more dynamic. So let's take an in-breath and then an out-breath. In-breath to the middle, out-breath to the side. Just go as far as comfortable for you, or as far as you can. Back to the middle, and over. Breathing in, and out. And back to the middle, and just let the arms go. Keep the arms out to the sides. And let's do some very gentle rotations. Okay, arms slightly forward, not opening the chest and closing the shoulder blades, just slightly forward. Very gentle rotations, palm down. Let's go the other way. Nice and slow. Put the palm over. And let's take the fingers to the shoulder roll point. Halfway along the shoulder, a little bit to the rear on the gallbladder meridian. Okay? And let's just breathe in and out. Here we go. Just opening the chest and then closing again. Opening the shoulder blades at the rear. Let's go the other way. Ooh. Splendid. And while we've got our arms in use, let's just very gently rotate the wrists. And the other way. Okay. And excuse me, hands on the hips. And let's just very gently rotate. Push in with the thumbs and the fingers to the side, to the front. to the side and the rear. And the other way, just massaging the lower organs. Freeing up the base of the spine as best we can, or at least making room for it. Lovely. Good. And then feet together. You can just about see, yep, feet together. Hands just above the kneecaps. And white crane stirs the waters. Just very gentle rotations, keeping the sole of the foot on the ground as best you can. And we're just rotating the ankles, working the knees. Six sets of energy channels run up and down the legs and through the ankles and knees. We need to keep them nice and free. The energy channel or the meridian gets blocked, we have pain, disharmony, and potential illness. Let's go the other way. Hands just above the kneecap, so we don't dislodge the kneecap. Super. And then give your legs a shake. Okay, good. So let's go back into a Wu Chi position. Nice and tall, nice and upright, nice and proud, nice and proud. Shoulders still soft. And just breathing in and breathing out. So as you breathe in, you can sink a little. As we breathe out, just rise a little. Keeping the palms nice and soft. Pushing down to the earth. Just start to get the energy moving around the body. Yeah, lovely. Slight sinking, rising up as we push down. If you can follow the breathing, an in-breath and an out-breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, if you can. Super, super, super. Right, let's go to the side. So let's bring the arms in and out. And rising up slightly as we bring the arms in, pushing down and out. Again, the arms are not too far back, okay? They're not back here. Okay, let's take the arms as if we're hugging a tree. And then let's just open, take a really big in-breath, out-breath, as we sink the chest. Expand, big in-breath, and an out-breath. Let's get the maximum amount of air into the lungs that we can. Again, if you can breathe in and out through the nose, that's good. But if you can't, just breathe however it suits you. In, out, lovely. Right, we're going to do a modification to this. So we're going to breathe in and stretch, really stretch out. As you breathe out, cross the arms and squat and push the air out of the body. Okay. We're going to breathe in and really stretch and breathe out and really push the air out, pushing up through the feet as we come up, helping work the skeletal pump, pushing blood back into the heart. Push up. Really expand. And push the stale air out. If you can remember to alternate the arms, that's a bonus. If not, it doesn't really matter. Let's do one more. Really expand and close. Let's come back up, look in the tree. So let's wave hands in the clouds. So if you want to widen the stance a little bit, that's fine. And remember, just going one hand comes up as we turn, keep the hips forward. As we come back to the middle, hand comes up the front, and then we turn. Hand comes up the front. And you can take the weight side to side. Try to keep the hips forward though. Okay. Hand comes up the middle as we come to the middle, over to the side. Drops. A nice little bit of fluidity into it. The body's 70% liquid. Might be a little more after Christmas. We want it to slosh around, move freely. No particular breathing pattern. As the hand comes up the middle, gaze at the hand, and then as it goes to the side, look into the distance to exercise the eyes. Lovely. And you can slow it really down. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, palms are soft. Let's go inside to side. Just helping distribute the chi around the body. Helping purify. Okay, good. Let's come back to the middle. Just keep the stance a little wider. So one hand on your hip. And we're going to be using the hips a little bit. So one hand comes to the rear, the opposite hip comes forward. Arm turns, arm and hip come forward. Arm turns, arm and hip go back. So if you notice, this part of the shoulder isn't really moving. It's the lower arm and the hips that are doing the work. Okay. Taking the weight side to side, weight comes to the leg with the arm and to the other side. Just do it from the other side. So let's come hip and arm go to the rear. They come forward together. Nice and gentle. No pressure on the shoulder. Moving the hips. Alternating pressure on the feet and the soles of the feet. Leave the body as upright as you can. And let's change hands. So hip and hand go back. So known as reeling silk. So if we're reeling the silk thread from the cocoon, it's supposed to be a steady, constant pressure, or the thread breaks. So nice and steady, even movement. Nice and slow. Let's try and slow it down. When I demonstrate, I tend to speed up, so let's slow it down. Remember, keeping those hips moving. We're spending too much time on the sofa watching telly. Need to move the hips. And now, for those clever ones, we're going to do both hands. If this is too much, just keep going with one hand. Okay. Taking the weights across, moving the hips, alternating the weight. There we go, lovely. Let's slow it down. And let's come back to a stand in a tree type position. Keep the stance still a little bit wider. What we're going to do is we're going to pull silk. So we're going to pull it down and squat. Push up through the feet, breathing in and out. So you can visualize pulling silk off a bolt, suspended in the air there. Again, a nice steady movement so that we don't crease the woven silk cloth. Pushing up through the feet, not the knees. Again, working the skeletal pump, pushing blood back to the heart. Nice in breath and an out breath. Okay, one more. Really good. Right. So let's put 1 foot forward. Not quite a walking pace. Depending on what your walking pace is. Something comfortable, okay? And still about hip width apart. And take the weight into the back leg. Okay. Drop the arms in front of you so the elbows are down, palms are facing the top of the lungs on each side. What we're going to do, just to start with, is go forward. So we've got 70% weight on the front leg, and we've just turned the palms. Okay, 70% weight on the back, 70% weight on the front. So we come back, turn the palms back towards the lungs. Let's go forward, away. Keeping the body upright. Right. So again, we're just working the legs, the ankles, the knees. Now, if we want to put some breathing into it, we're going to breathe out and breathe in as we go. Breathing out and in. So the torso is just carrying the arms. What it isn't, it's not that. Right? Torso carries the arms. Right? 70% weight on the rear leg, 70 on the front. Do not take the knee beyond the toe. But if you do, it's dynamic. We're coming straight back, so it isn't too much of an issue. Okay. Now this time we're going to breathe in. Weight is still on the rear leg. We're going to fold forward on the hip as we breathe out. And we're going to gather the energy of the earth as we breathe in. Weight is still on the rear leg. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in. Sink and fold, opening at the small of the back. Getting energy into the Ming Men, the area of kidney energy. Sink and fold. Sink and fold. All right, just go down as far as comfortable for you. Sink. Fold. Lovely. Out breath. In breath. Out breath as we sink and fold. In breath as we gather. Do two more on that side. And let's change legs. So you can either just turn 380 degrees or just step forward the other way, whichever suits you. Remember, elbows down. Let's just go back and forward this time. So palms away, palms towards as we come back. Palms away, palms towards. Let's put some breathing in. So an out breath as we go forward, in breath as we gather. Out and in. 70% weight on the rear, 70 on the front. So let's put the folding into it. So we're going to breathe in, going to sink, fold at the waist as we breathe out. We're going to gather. We breathe in, I'm going to breathe out. Breathe in, sink and fold. And out. Sink, fold, breathing out. Breathing in. Let's just do a few more of those to balance each side. Obviously, just fold forward as far as comfortable for you. Especially if you're suffering from high blood pressure, don't go down too far. But again, it's dynamic. So we're going down and straight back up. Not as if we're hanging down there. Let's do one more. And let's come back up. We're in this old tree again. So we are in the season of winter still. We're just about to enter minor cold with the next phase of the moon. So we'll look after the kidneys. So let's just put one hand on the front, to the side, one on the side there, and give it a good old rub. Let's just work some heat into the lower part of the torso where the kidney energy is. We got our rub, bit of a squeeze, and transfer hands. Bit of a squeeze, and transfer hands. Squeeze, transfer. Squeeze, right, that'll do for that. Okay. So it's back to holding the ball. That's very gently, just making sure your knees are soft. Back in root chi, feet hip width apart, knees are slightly soft, shoulders are soft, arms are soft. Just very gently, open and close. Now again, depending on how you feel today, you might just want to do a small amount, or you might want to do a large amount. Depends how you feel. With a bit of luck, after a few of these, you might feel either a bit of heat in the hands, or a little bit of resistance as you close, and a bit of sort of resistance elasticity as you open. Yeah. And again, you can move side to side. This is not, you don't have to be rigid in this stuff. A bit of fluidity. Okay, now let's just very gently roll the ball top to bottom. Now I'm going to mirror, so you need to stop with your left hand on top. I'm mirroring. Okay, so let's take a breath in and breathe out. Your left hand goes up, palm up, right hand goes down along the center line of the body. You're going to breathe in. I'm going to turn palms once, twice, 3 times. Now your right hand should be on the top as we breathe out. Right hand to the heavens, palm expressed, left hand to the earth, palm expressed. Breathe in. Turn the palms once, twice, thrice, and breathe out. And breathe in. Let's do it American style. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Breathe out. Not locking the elbows. Once, twice, twice. Lifting the organs on one side of the body, compressing them on the other. Very good exercise for the stomach and spleen. Help with your digestion. Get rid of all that rich food that's in there. Let's do it one more time. Once, 2 times, 3 times. Up. I'm going to rest with your left hand on top. I'm mirroring. So going out to your left, you turn the waist, keep the hips forward, come round. This hand turns. And we're going to go. Now your left hand going out and round. Hand changes. So it's the bottom hand that comes round and gathers. Lovely. Just gathering the energy around, taking it to the lower energy center, the lower dantian, just below the navel. Area of your essence, your life force. Okay, and let's come back to holding the ball. Just rest for a moment. And then let's just circulate the chi again. Just breathing in and out. Breathing in as we sink a little bit. And breathing out. Just to finish off the practice, more or less. Breathing in and out. Let's do a couple more of those. And a couple to the side. So breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. And then let's come to rest, feet together. One palm over the other, doesn't really matter. On or just below the navel. Just close your eyes if you wish, or half close them. And just very gently, if you need to, you can sway. Just letting the energy settle down. Swaying like bamboo in the wind. Does the swaying bamboo make the wind? Or does the wind make the bamboo sway? Discuss. Lovely. So, if you're ready, let's just go back into a Wu Chi. Just give your hands a good old rub. Front and back. And then let's just smooth the lines of tension out from the face. So just keeping the hands just off the face. Let's come up and round. Those lines of tension from children, grandchildren, annoying spouses. Do about 3 or 4 times. Just visualize you've got a wodge of chi stuck to your hand and you're washing it over the face. And let's come up over the face, over the top of the head, not touching, around the back, round the neck. Cheapest facial you'll ever have. Good. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Set you up for the start of the year. Classes start again on the 9th of January. So, feet together, toes at about 45 degrees. Let's put one hand up, one hand down. So, thank you very much. Bye-bye.